of the good afternoon, everybody. Let me remind you, you are writing your test 2 on 24th of October, which is Tuesday, in the evening from 6 to 8 p.m. The topic will be the payroll accounting and also the overhead cost analysis by specific allocation, primary and secondary. For secondary allocation, we are using two methods, direct method and direct distribution method and repeated distribution method. So these two methods we are using for secondary allocation. In the last lesson, we start this class activity and we have done all the apportionment of the overhead charges, right? So what is the apportionment overhead? Where the overhead cost which is given together for all the department, we apportion them on the given basis, the basis which is provided in the question. Can you hear me? Can you please kindly confirm? Please confirm me.
No slide, ma'am.
Sorry?
No slide this side.
Not that side. You can't see the question?
Yes.
Okay, let me try again. But can you hear me?
Yes, to hear you, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I'm sharing again. Now, can you see the question?
No, ma'am.
But I'm sharing the slide and the question, not slide, is a Word document. Is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we are doing the same question, which is we started in the last lesson with the furniture making business based in Gabron for 3 production department, ABC and 2 service. And as I said, for preparing the overhead analysis sheet is always go through the 3 steps. Number 1 is known as primary allocation. Number 2 is known as secondary allocation and a specific allocation. A specific, any cost which is given departmental wise in the question, that is known as specific allocation information. Like in this question, we have given the figure of indirect material and labor for all the department, and according to that, we did here, you can see the solution overhead analysis sheet by direct distribution method. So we start with a specific allocation. Can you see the solution part? Are you able to see the solution part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So specific allocation, then primary allocation, where we apportion the cost as I taught in the last lesson for rent and rates, machine, insurance, telephone charges, depreciation, supervisor salary, heating and lighting, based on their respective suitable basis like floor area, machine value, telephone point, machine value, direct labor hours, Supervisor salary goes according to the direct labor hours, and heating and lighting according to the floor area. So we apportion them. Then after apportioning all the cost which is given together for all the department, then we determine the total of it. So you add this, you start from adding here 71,000, and then all this cost, then 28,000, all this cost, then for department B, C, and then you will get the total cost here in the total column, like 775,000 for total. For department A, the total cost is 381,000. For department B, 202,000. Department C, 113,000. And the service department X is 49,000. Service department Y is get 30,000. Now we are done with the step 1 and step 2 of overhead accounting. Then we are going for the step 3, which is known as secondary allocation. It is called secondary allocation, in which we do the reapportionment of the cost. So under secondary allocation, we directly transfer the money from service department to productions department. I think the sun is out of 95. Then so this is the cost which is incurred in X 49,000 and department Y 30,000. It need to be reapportioned only to the productions department, because the main unit of the business is production department who produce the goods. The existence of the service department is to support the production. So uh, any cost which is remain in the service department has to be transferred or distributed to the production department, like 49,000 from X and 30,000 overhead costs from Y. For that, we have 3 methods: direct distribution method, um, repeated distribution method, and the simultaneous equation method. So first of all, we are going to do by direct method. Now, what is the concept of direct method? The concept of direct method says that whatever the cost incurred in the service department directly has to be consumed by or distributed by the production department as per the service they rendered to the productions department. So how much service they are apportioning to the productions department? For that, we will look in the question. In the question, you can see that the service department X, he is working 50% for A, 30% for B, 20% for C, and 5% for Y department. So we are not sharing the cost of X with Y. The all cost will be apportioned among the productions as per their given percentage. So like this one is actually not 30, it's 25. Then it will total make 100. So 50 plus 25 is 75, plus 25, 85 and 95. So it is over the 95. And here, when you are apportioning for Y department, so Y, he worked 10% for X. So we will ignore that 10% and only a portion of X, cost of Y among A, B, C based on their given percentage. 20 plus 30 plus 40, which is make 90. So we will apportion over 90, not over 100. Okay. Now how to do that? Let me show you. Okay, how we do that? So we start with the production department X. We always start with the department which has the higher cost. So among X and Y, between X and Y, the X has the higher cost. So when you are doing for department A, the department A sharing 50%. So 50 over 95 times 49,000, which is give you 2,578 or 79. So is it 50? Let me just check. 50, yeah, 50, 25, 20. So is 25,789.4. So we will leave it as 89 round figure. How we calculate? I just told you that it will be calculate like this. The portion of X is, it is contributing 50% of his service. So 50% service out of 95, because 5% which is he worked for the Y, we are ignoring. So the total of percentage of services he is doing for X, A, B, C is, total is 95. So 50 over 95 times 49,000. When you are calculating for Y, so Y ratio is 25. So 25 over 95 times 49,000. It will give you 12,895. Then same we will do for the C. C is 20. So 20%, 20 over 95 times 49,000, which is give you 10,316 if you round up. So that's how all 49,000 has to be reapportioned only to the production department as per their given services. Do you understand this part?
No, ma'am.
Which part you do not understand?
Because the calculations for the secondary allocation.
Okay. Which method are we using? Direct distribution, right? We are using the direct distribution method, right? I said in direct distribution method, what is the purpose of secondary allocation? Whatever cost here, 49,000 and 30,000, whatever the cost incurred in service department, that cost has to be transferred or has to be reallocated only to the productions department as per their services. Like this department, how much service they did for ABC, according to the ratio of their services, that this cost has to be apportioned among the productions department, right? So we always start by the department who has the higher cost. So among X and Y, X has the higher cost and Y has the lower cost. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can see here now our job is this 49,000 has to be shared or reapportioned or distributed among ABC. Now the question is, how are we going to distribute? So for that we use the method. You go back to the question and see this part. Can you see the part which is I highlighted? The service department X cost are rendered in this percentage. 50%, 25%, 20%, and 5%. And service department-wide costs are also apportioned in the ratio. So in the X department, you see X department, he worked 50% for A, 25% for B, and 20% for C. Can you see it here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So we use that information, 50%, 25, and 20. What is the total of it? 50 plus 25 plus 20. Okay. This total is 95, right? 50 plus 25 and 20.
25.
So the total is 90, right?
Yes.
95, sorry. So that 49,000 will be apportioned 50 over 95 times 49,000. Then when you are doing for B, department B, 25 over 95 times 49. We are ignoring this 5%, which is portion goes to the department Y. Okay?
Yes.
We are not including that 5%. We was only apportioning 50 over 95 times the cost of X, 25 over 95 times the cost of X department overhead cost. Same thing for the department C, 20 over 95 times the cost of X. Then that's how we apportion here. And that's how we get this figure. When you calculate 50 over 95 times 49, then you get this figure. Then for Y, sorry, B, 25 over 95 times 49, like that. So this all 49 cost has been apportioned or consumed by or absorbed by the ABC department. Now we are left with the cost of Y department. The Y department cost is 30,000. Okay. Now our job is this 30,000 cost we have to take from the service department and shared only among the productions department. That is we need to do now. Okay. So
Yeah.
how are we going to do it? AC off करना है? बंद कर दीजिए. So this one has to be apportioned according to the percentage of service department Y given in the question. Like Y he is doing for A 20%, for B 30%, and for C 40%. So 20 plus 30 plus 40, how much is going to be? 20 plus 30 plus 40. 90, right? Yeah. So when you are doing for Y department service, then you have to apportion 30,000. So you will do like this here. 20 over 90 times 30,000. Then you will get that figure. So the total cost will be here. 6,666. So it will give you the figure of 6,666.66. So you can round off 6,667. Same, you will calculate for the B. B is 30 over 90 times 30,000. So you will get the figure is 30 over 90 times 30,000. 10,000. So the 10,000 cost will go to Department B. You understand now? And 40% will go to 40 over 90. 40 over 90 times 30,000 because the service department Y cost was 30,000. So it will give you equal 40 it will give 13,333.33. That will be. So when you add these three figure, 30,333 plus 10,000 plus 6,667, the total will be 30,000. So all 30,000 has been apportioned among the ABC department, right? Just look at this calculation. I'm just attending a call. Hello? Yes? Who are you? Not engineering. I told you business, faculty of business. Okay, okay. So when you come to the security, ask to go to office 223. Second floor. Okay. Okay, so do you understand this calculation? Do you understand this calculation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we add them. Now, after apportioning the service department X cost and Y, then all this 49 is absorbed by the ABC department, and this 30,000 is also down absorbed by the ABC. So all this 49,000 has been apportioned to the production, and this 30,000 is also redistributed to the production department. So now here is no cost, all cost has been exhausted, and here is also all cost has been absorbed. So there is no cost left in X and Y department. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to move all the cost only to the productions department. Okay. Now we need to find out the total. I'm removing this part. So now we need to find out how much the total of cost in service department A and B. So when you are doing the total, you will start from here. This plus the portion from the X and Y. So 381,000 plus 25,789 plus 6,667. So the total will be 45,377. Then for B, the total will be 202,000 plus 12,895 plus 10,000. So the total will be here 22,4,895, and for the C, department C, plus 1 is 136,649. Just check if you get the same answer. Please just check if you are also having the same answer. Did you check? So after calculating the total with the direct distribution method, then we calculate the overhead absorption rate, predetermine overhead absorption rate. To find the predetermined overhead absorption rate, we can either use direct labor hours or machine hour, or if both are given, then we can choose which one is better. So like in this question, we are only given the direct labor hours. So we just divide it by the direct labor hours. Suppose the total cost for A is 4, how much we get? 30. Here? No, sorry. This one I did not properly add it. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I think for A is not correct. Let me just add properly. 25,
for C.
789. Ra is 41.
Even for C, ma'am.
13,000. Yeah, this is the total cost of A. 413,456 pula. So when we are determining the overhead rate, then we multiply by either direct labor hours, which is given in the question, or the machine hours, because predetermined rate means how much cost are going to be incurred per hour, either labor hour or the machine hour. So now you have to look at this at this question. Are you given the direct labor hours like here is given there, and the machine hours are also given there or not? So based on the information, like here you have given the direct labor hours. So in this question, you can only determine overhead absorption rate based on the direct labor hours. And the labor hours for department A is 32,000, for B 18,000, and for C 10,000. So you have to divide the total cost of A by 32,000. So you will get the cost per hour. For B 18,000. So you will get labor hours per hour, and same for the C. So here we have it. Then when you are calculating the overhead rate, predetermine Prof, I'm in a class. I will call you later. Ma? On Thursday, 26. Okay. So predetermine overhead rate. You calculate here 413,456 divided by 32,000. Then you will get the figure. देबू दूर नहीं जाना. For B, for is 32,000. So how much is going to be per hour? Divided by 12 pula and 92 tabi. Same thing, you divide it by for B is how many hours? 18 hours. So you divide it by 18 hours. Then you will get so overhead absorption rate is 224,895 divided by is 12 pula 49 tabi. And for department C, when you are calculating for production department C, so the total overhead cost 136,000 and 649 divided by 5 o'clock. 10,000. Hello? Era? Office 223. Yes, please. Thank you. Sharp. So 136, 649 divided by 10,000 because there was 10,000 hours. So the overhead per hour labor hour rate is 13 pula 66 tabi. So that's how we calculate predetermined overhead absorption rate. Do you understand how we calculate the rate?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear,
Yes, ma'am.
everybody, how we calculate? Okay. So, and direct method, under direct method, we directly distribute. We distribute only the service department cost among the productions department and get their total, and this total we divided by the either you will be given in the question direct labor hours or machine hour. But in case if both are given, then you have to choose which one is more suitable. Is the machine hour or labor hour? That one I am going to cover in tomorrow class. Are you coming for tomorrow class, everyone? Guys,
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
attending? Going to attend? Huh?
No, we
At
are
what
coming.
time?
The class will be from 12 to 2.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
couldn't
Which
manage to
room?
get the booking from 10. G5. I'm going to write the WhatsApp message and also message on team. Our extra lesson in G5 from 12 to 2 p.m.
Can you do
So we are going to doing some question on overhead and payroll accounting with the direct distribution method and also the repeated distribution method. Okay. So this question you try again with the direct method, and tomorrow we are going to see how the repeated distribution method can be applied. Then one question we will do on Monday. Right?
Okay.
Yes. So same question, please try again. I will upload this question as well today. And tomorrow, please attend everybody the class so that you can have more understanding on the overhead costing. Right?
Yes, please.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
due to some reason, I put our class early because I have some commitment in the evening. But tomorrow, let's meet at 12 in G5.